the KMTRADERS channel. So we're looking at gold and just going to give you an update from last week and give you some, some sort of tips to look out for. So pretty much last week, we were stuck in this wedge pattern here. We saw that the downside move was favored. We saw that push to the downside, and now we got into our 1860, which we looked out for. Now the next move right now is pretty much waiting for the momentum to kick back into the upside, because I still think we do have one more push to the upside in store for us. So I'm just going to do some chart work here and just follow along, but pretty much I'm using this as a guideline here for the momentum to shift, right? So this downtrend here is pretty much a signal for us to watch out for any bullish momentum or activity in the market, right? So as we can see here, we do have the push to the downside from this wedge that had broken out, and we currently are in this momentum to the downside. Now, I'm not saying we're going to find a push to the upside in the week, but I'm just going to follow along and keep an eye out for any further shorts that we can make into this range here. Now, this range is quite significant because if I do this, which is here to the low to the high, this works out to be just around the 100%. So basically it's this leg up added to this leg here, and it works out that if this is normally a 1-to-1, so typically this is just a standard pattern of a consolidation move to the sideways, one leg to the downside, consolidation further continued by another leg to the downside here. So essentially this is 100% of this move here, so this move added to it there. Okay, so I have a feeling that price could make its all the way move to the downside to 1760 at the maximum potential. Now this zone here is actually a zone where if we do violate this level, so if we go lower than 1740, we could be looking out for some possible shorts, or we'll need to update this. But again, this is an invalidation level. So as long as we stay above 1740, we are still in for some longing opportunities, and we could see price to push above the current high, which is where I'm thinking price for gold still has the ability to push higher. So it could ultimately do something like this, get into about 1760 at max, wait for a key push and break of this trend line, and then you could be looking at another retest at 1970, and then you could look for that extended move to the upside. So pretty much this is where the route is, where I'm looking for something like this to happen, not necessarily waiting for 1760 to be in touch, but I do think we could see movement to the downside a little bit further within this range, and then we could start to see some bullish momentum to the upside. So all we need to do is just keep a watch out for this downtrend here. Once we start to break from this, we could be looking at some possible moves to the upside. And again, if we do get a good buying opportunity in this area, we could then look into moves into 2080 or break into further to 2100, so anything above that region. So pretty much that's all I'm looking out for gold. So this sort of route, and it may take a few days or so, or weeks, even months even, but we'll see. We'll keep a track on this and we'll see how things go. So pretty much that's all I wanted to talk about for this pair. If you do have any questions for us, feel free to message us. Of course, all the links are in the description below. We do have a trading group that you can join. A link is in the description as well, so feel free to join that group. Again, it's just content that you can pretty much digest on a day-to-day basis. Again, I do hope it helps you with your own trading, and of course, if you made it all the way to the end of the video, make sure you subscribe, guys, and you'll see you guys all in the next one.